Doot. Okay, this one will be interesting because I don't think anybody's actually ready for it. Most of you all probably forgot about Sunday. Usually we don't do a Sunday stream. It's been a problem, but I'm going to try to make it a thing. We're gonna really try. Nathan was ready. Against all expectations, Nathan was indeed ready. W, hello dude, how's it going? It's good to see you. 40th first redemption. We love to see it. That's awesome. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. I got to copy some things and we gotta paste it in other places. Give me just 1 second here. Boop. And then we need the horizontal stream as well. Come on. Don't stop it. Nope. Copy. And paste. Boop. Alright. Alright. Doot. And right there. Doot. Okay. Alright. Okay, ads are starting. I'm sorry about that, guys. I know they suck. But they'll be over soon. Hopefully. Alright. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Nathan, thank you for submitting your taxes. Rocky, Emmy, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. So try and remember your new schedule. I had to check Discord earlier to see if today was a stream day. I had to double check the time because I was gonna stream like 30 minutes early and I didn't want to I didn't want to mess it up too bad. So it took me a little bit of time to figure it out as well. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing, Rocky? It's good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Let's turn off shaders. Let's get back inside my head and let's get ready to play some games here. Am I the one lagging, or I think right now you are the one lagging. It wouldn't surprise me if for some reason I start lagging though. If I do, I apologize. Swiftu, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. 20 months total. GG's. Or in a row, rather. Appreciate it so much, dude. You're amazing. How's it going, guys? I have snow. I have snow too. We got a lot of snow, supposedly over a foot. I haven't gone out there to see if that's accurate or not, but it seems to probably be pretty accurate, at least to me. We'll see. I wish I had snow. See, I actually like having the snow because I don't have to go anywhere, but I also realized I need to go get my prescriptions tomorrow. And if I want to actually go get those, because I do have meds I need to take, and I need to go get those exactly tomorrow, you know, I actually have to go out tomorrow, and I really don't like that. But, you know, it's fine. It's chill. It's whatever. Can I, like, come on, here we go. I hate ladders only for this reason. If you could go forward without going up, that would be great. But as far as I'm aware, there's no way to do that. You could definitely make that work. Hang on. How do you do that? Oh, there's something above you to stop you. Okay, I see. There we go. The weatherman said it would snow and I would see a white January, but guess what? I see outside nothing. Yeah, it rained like crazy. Now the roads are about to freeze, and our city says don't drive anywhere. Also, school got canceled tomorrow. Yay! Hey, that's awesome. We love school getting canceled. I'm doing well, thank you. And yeah, it was me. I had my data turned on, not my internet. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. It's good to see you. Hopefully your internet will stabilize now that you're actually using it. My data doesn't really do much either, so it doesn't shock me that it wasn't working great there. I don't know how long today's stream will go for because I am really far behind on things. Right now, we are currently, I'm trying to think. I've got 1 week left in January, right? and I've got a lot of goals for January that I just never wrapped up. A lot of them are just general life goals, so I'm gonna try to get most of those done today or tonight if I can. Like one of them, for example, is just like clean my room. Okay, that's pretty easy. Zoodid, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. I have some work I gotta do for my dad. Trying to think what else there is. I gotta work on the next Forever World episode, and then figure out if I can salvage episode 1 at all, because it is bombed. And when I say bombed, I mean bombed. Like, it literally has... Episode 1, I think, right now has 100 views. Episode 0, sorry. Episode 0 has 100 views. Episode 1 has, like, I think 7. Which isn't, ideal. No, dang it. But, you know, it's okay. Ultimately, what is supposed to happen will happen. I just gotta see if there's anything I can do that will fix it. And, if not, then I just gotta let it be, and I'll just keep making the next episodes. You know, ultimately, I can't stop it from... I can't stop the view counters. Like, that's whatever's gonna happen there is gonna happen. And as long as I'm having fun, the view counter doesn't really matter. Other than right now, there is a lot of push to try to get monetized because I'm in like a really good standing right now, and I lose that in about a month. So then it's all uphill battle from there. So I'm just trying to push to get it right now. Outside of that, it's like, you know, not the most important thing in the world to get like insane views or anything on it. Low CTR or just generally not getting views. I mean, the CTR isn't great, but it's actually been decent. Like, it's not getting a ton of impressions. Admittedly, a lot of my views from the first video actually came from YouTube Shorts, funnily enough. I did a little promotion thing. All I did, basically, was I posted shorts about the episode, and I posted, like, 3 of them total. And it, I mean, each of those got a couple thousand views, and out of that, some people actually ended up watching the episode, and a lot of them ended up watching it in full. So it's, I don't know, I don't know what to do about that right now, truthfully. Let's see. Oh, I messed that one up. Let's scooch back. That's a hard one right now. Oh, dang it. Also, I do realize I did post it on a Saturday, so I am competing with everybody else on the weekend. It very well may do just fine throughout the week. It may not ever pick up views because I posted it when everybody else posts their videos. But I did promise 2 videos kind of next to each other. And as it was, I already had that one out late. So I, you know, it was about fulfilling a promise on that one a little bit. But, you know, it's all learning experiences, really. Hello, Rejay. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I watched both episodes. I enjoyed them. Well, I appreciate it, Nathan. That's much appreciated. Does it help to watch it multiple times, or does it only count as one? I believe you can watch it more than once. And it does count. It's just I don't know I don't know what it will do actually. I don't know what that would tell YouTube as. I guess it would say it's got good value preposition. Not preposition. Good value promise, I guess. So it promises and delivers. I don't know what it would tell it CTR-wise. I may just need to work on tweaking the thumbnail and title. Admittedly, it's not a very good thumbnail or title. So I may look into seeing how I can fix that. I've got some alternate titles and thumbnails possibly to use, so we'll see. Lack of impressions may be honestly due to YouTube not pushing it out as much. I think that can just kind of happen, especially when you post 2 videos kind of back to back. Maybe you just need a few more promo shorts per episode 1 to kind of push it a little more. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'm not like overly worried about it right now, because we are doing pretty okay, all things considered. YouTube is like really freaked out, I think, because of how much I've been posting lately. Like I've been posting a lot. I mean, if you look at it, just last week we streamed. Did we stream twice last week? So we streamed twice. We posted 2 videos and 4 shorts so far. So we posted like 8 things. So YouTube is a little freaked out, I think, just a little bit. Because I never post shorts ever. I'm kind of surprised those are doing okay. They're really not doing terrible. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, they're not doing great by any means either. They're not like double digits or anything like that, but I don't know. We appreciate you keeping the promise. Now don't do it again. Yeah, I know. I need to stop promising you guys things right now because it is really screwing me over. I'm not gonna lie. I have a message in my DMs right now about a promise I made that I'm like really struggling to keep, but I'm gonna try to. We'll see. We will see. Oh, there's a chain there. That's evil. That is actually evil. Oh. We're struggling here. Don't make promises you can't keep, Rag. Shaking my head. I know. I'm terrible. That one is specifically about Omnia, which I feel really bad about. A lot of people are really, like, on the Omnia train, which I love. I really do love. But, oh my goodness, is that a stressful thought. I've not touched the game, admittedly, like, in forever. Last time I worked on it was December, I think. So, you know, I'm a little behind schedule on that. But I did promise myself I was going to work more on YouTube this month anyway to try to get ahead. But I'm not ahead anymore. I haven't even worked on the next Forever World episode, which mildly terrifying. You know, that is a pretty important thing that is needed, in my opinion. I do need to get that out. But, you know, we'll see. We'll get there. We'll make it. I always do. I clutch up. I feel really bad. The King SMP stuff. Like, you want to talk about broken promises? Oh, man. Any of you who have been waiting on King SMP stuff, just, I wouldn't say don't wait. But I would seriously reconsider why you might be waiting. Because, it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. Oh. My timing is just a little off. There we go. Okay. Run. I'll finish that thought here in a second. Give me a second. This isn't a pity party. I'm gonna actually finish that thought. Okay. I'll read your chats as well. Okay, so other things, right? So King SMP, I'm supposed to have that world download out by the end of the month. It will come out, maybe, but I also want to give it the special treatment that it's always had, you know, where it gets like a special shirt. It gets, you know, the world download plus a video plus, you know, a ping and all of that. I don't know if that's gonna happen because I am, like I said, I'm really far behind on things. Technically, we could forego the next episode of the Forever World since, like, I do want weekly uploads on that, but I could just as easily say I'm only doing weekly uploads on my channel right now until I build up a little bit more of a backlog, and we could do the King SMP video, but I still gotta make a shirt. That takes a long time. And then Omnia, I feel so bad. Anybody that's waiting on updates about that, it's got potential. That's about all it's got right now. There's still nothing playable, but there will be something playable hopefully by the end of the month. And I'm working on something for my dad to get a little bit of extra money. But I'm like 21 documents away from finishing that before the end of the month. So like deadlines are coming up all at once, and I'm not gonna meet any of them, I don't think. Okay, let me read chat. Changing the thumbnail may be another thing you could try out as well to see if the thumbnail is the issue, which I really don't think it is. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll try. Admiral, thank you for spending your taxes. Don't make promises you can't keep, Reg. Make more promises than you can keep. Some of them are bound to be kept. That's a good point, I guess. Yeah. Love your reasoning, I think. To be honest, I think I also need to work on my next Forever World vid. Yeah, it's one of those things you can never truly have enough videos ready. My goal is to try to be eventually 1 month ahead. So having like 4 videos ready to go at any moment. We'll see. I don't know. I'm really trying. I'm really trying. But I'm not I want it by the end of this month. I want 2 videos ahead. I don't know if that's gonna work. This is another interesting one. Streaming on the same channel you upload videos on can apparently hurt your video performance. Leon recently switched to a separate channel for his streams after seeing a dip in viewership when he regularly started streaming on his main. After he stopped streaming on his main, he streamed on an alt. It seemed to increase viewership on his videos. Yes, he did do that. I don't know. Part of it is like he didn't start streaming on his main until he already had a really well-established audience. So I don't know if it's not entirely clear if that's the reason why or not. Like this was a thing that happened when people first made shorts as well. I don't know what we're gonna do. Because shorts, the main reason people started with that was it didn't have a separated algorithm. Now it does. It does feed the main videos as well, but it's predominantly its own separated algorithm as well. It just kind of recommends it based on creator on top of that, but it's predominantly, oh, you have a bunch of shorts about this topic. Okay, well, we're going to recommend videos kind of about this topic too, and videos by this creator as well. But it doesn't like punish you if your shorts do really bad and your videos do really good, from my understanding. It usually rewards you. Now, I don't know what it's doing about streams. YouTube changed something about their streams because my streams are doing awful. They used to pull like 2,000, 3,000 views, not viewers, but views, total views over the time it was live. We're not getting that anymore. So I don't know what YouTube did, but they broke something because we're not getting the same amount, and like we've not really changed a whole lot either. So I don't know what's going on with that. This set is really kicking your behind. It really is. You're showing me so much right now. I am. Add that on top of the health issues I've been having. I've only been last week, guys. This is like a little embarrassing. Last week I only worked 13 hours. Like grand total 13 hours. The rest of that time was either me being asleep or sitting here trying to work but not being able to justify actually counting it as work time because I would get distracted. So I was like, okay, well, we'll dock myself an hour there because I didn't really actually work. I sat here trying to work, but I got distracted. It's been a mess. I've been a piping hot mess. But next week, it's gonna all come together next week. The deadlines are hitting. I have no choice but to like actually work. So it's gonna be great. Sounds like an awful lot to promise, Rag. Don't do it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to get things off my plate. So if I could just work extra hard, like, this week, I could promise a little less next month, and maybe over-deliver instead, which would be better. You know, as much as it's nice to have a whole bunch of promises to fulfill, you guys, I think you probably would be more surprised and more happy if I gave you more than what I promised, instead of just meeting the promise. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Can't really do question of the day if you're pre-recording a month ahead. You sort of can. It wouldn't be super up-to-date questions of the day. Or I would funnel it through Discord exclusively, and then I would just, react to whichever one I'm using that day with like a check mark or something, just so you guys could know, like, okay, he's answering this one, so don't ask that question again, kind of deal. I don't know. Or alternatively, I record that segment after, and then I render the video out the month that it's, or the day, not the day, the week it's ready, or supposed to be ready for. So I would still need to render them out, but I could at least... There's a way I could do it. It would be a little weird with it being a month out. I haven't really thought extensively about that, to be entirely real. But it is something I want to do still, because otherwise, like, for example, if I got sick right now, I don't think there's any way I could get video done this weekend. I'm not entirely certain if I'll be able to get the video done this weekend regardless. But if I got sick, or if I had to go on a trip, which I do have a trip this summer, and I may also have one this October, I've got a lot of trips coming up, and I've got nothing prepared, and it makes me feel so bad. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll work out the logistics on that one, though. That's for sure. I'm trying to go back to work soon, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to keep up on uploads. I also have a feeling... I've also been feeling a lot better about the time I want to be at my desk is a lot less than... Hang on. I will read that when I can actually focus. Yeah, going back to work and keeping up on uploads is hard as well. I don't know how that's going to work out for me when that eventually happens. I would hope it happens. If it doesn't, I hope that I somehow, like, pull millions of views all of a sudden, because, like, I don't want to be broke forever. I don't think any of us want to be broke forever, so, something's got to change, which I think I echoed that in the most recent Forever World episode. Trips where to? I can't say where one of the trips is, because it's for a thing that some people would probably be able to figure out. But the other thing I can talk about, because it would be on my own business as me as in King Regnog, not me as a person. I may be trying to go to TwitchCon this year. I gotta work out some things with the person that asked me if I would go with them and see if they actually still want to do it. But if they're serious about it, I will make it happen. We'll figure out a way to go. But that's gonna be way out in, San Diego. So that's a really far trip for me. EU or US. For me to go to the EU would cost way too much. I wouldn't be able to do that one. But one day I would like to. If we could hit like Twitch partner, I would 100% consider it. Just because the partner lounge there is so much cooler than the one at San Diego, in my opinion. And it's because all the British guys are there, and most of them don't come to the San Diego one. And I would love to talk to a whole bunch of British streamers. I think it would be so fun. Oh, man. But we'll see. I can't promise any of that. Like I said, money is going to be the factor on that one, regardless. And that's okay. Sometimes things aren't meant to happen the way we want them to. And that's for our own good a lot of the time. I messed that up. Money is expensive. It is. It really is. But I don't think I'm gonna hit Twitch partner anytime soon to justify going to Rotterdam right this year. But maybe next year, who knows? Next year really isn't that far away. Like, let's be real. But who knows where I'll be next year? Like, physically speaking, I may not be able to even walk. Like, let's just consider the possibility here. Not to be like super down in the dumps, but like, we don't know what's going on with me physically speaking. Like, I could like just deteriorate continually and be wheelchair bound or something. Like, that could happen. But I don't think that's the case. But other side of that, like, would it be viable for me to even travel that far? Would it be viable where I live then? I don't know. I may be living in Europe. Who knows? Who knows? I probably wouldn't be. I don't see myself leaving America. I may live in a different part of the US, so that makes it cheaper too. Who knows? Where I live, it costs a lot of money to fly out of the country. So it's very, very, very unlikely for me to go at this current point. But San Diego's a little more doable. It's like an $800 ticket to fly there, and then you just gotta pay for the TwitchCon ticket, which is like, I think $400 at most if you get like the top tier ticket, and then housing is the big one. But I know some people down there that I could probably stay with. Or I'll just split the bill with whoever I'm going with, and if they're cool with that, and we'll just, get a really cheap hotel or something and walk 20 minutes every day and every night. I don't know. What about Canada? You should move there. I don't foresee myself leaving the US ever, to be entirely honest. As much as people make fun of it and say it's a terrible country, I don't foresee any country actually being better than the US for who I am and what I want to achieve in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got different goals. My goals just work a lot better in the US than they do anywhere else. And that's okay. Mario, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Let me go ahead and catch up on chats now. I have also been feeling a lot better, so the amount of time I want to be at my desk is a lot less than when I wasn't feeling good. That's fair, and that's a good thing. You should be spending time out and about and walking around when you can, because I know it's really hard some days to even just get out of bed. At least it is for me, and I imagine it's probably similar for you. I know we have kind of similar conditions. So I know sometimes it's just really even hard to move. To take that freedom when you have it, absolutely. You could do the rendering after, but it depends on what you're doing while answering. Otherwise, the timeline will be out. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if it's 3 more to get to the other side. Oh heck yeah, we haven't played to get to the other side in forever. Boop. Do. Yeah, I don't know. It would be tricky to do. I could do it if we do it over the time lapse. I just plan a longer time lapse and answer over that instead of the way I've been doing it. I don't know. I'll figure it out for sure though. I will definitely try to figure that one out. Being at TwitchCon would be so cool. I wish I could go. Couldn't go alone, and me taking parents around TwitchCon feels like it would be awkward. It probably would be, but it would be really cool. It would be really, really cool. I'm hoping to get a job that I can move out and get my own place with sell a lot more work than some jobs I've had before. Yeah, that's fair. British people are so cool. I met a real British person last summer. I was very excited. I am also a real British person, but you're old, huh? Also, I met them in real life. That's awesome. I have not met a British person in real life, I don't think. I'll invite you to the party, Swiftu. Sheep, welcome on in. How are you doing, dude? Good to see you. King in Europe would be insane. It would be so crazy. Shark, where? Huh? Not the country. It's some of the people there, but not all, but some. There's a lot of bad apples in every country is the thing. Like, you go to Quebec, screw them. Like, I'm sorry. They're French. We don't... Let's be honest here, okay? Okay? Do any of us really like the French people? I'm not threatening them, just to be 100% clear. I'm not threatening any of them, but I could. I very much could threaten some of them. They would deserve it if anybody were to be threatened. Part of TwitchCon is all the free stuff. Affiliates get free stuff. Yes. I would love to visit all those countries, though. I think that would be a lot of fun. Never mind the wrong language. Stop. I need constant attention. It's left me for a few seconds. Oof. Make a question of the day corner. That could possibly work. Just somewhere where it's spoiler free, essentially. That could be fun. It's hard because, like, I usually... Oh, I messed that up. Double time really throws me. Oh, man. I am so bad. Okay, let's just follow this blue guy here. Oh, no. Give me 1 second. No! Oh, no. I didn't see the timer. Rip. Okay. I go to my knitting now. Ooh, okay. Well, enjoy the knitting. I hope you have fun with it. Are you making a sweater? right now. So I haven't been knitting instead of making videos. Could mean me? Nah, could never. Could never. Talk to British people, they are kind of scary, not gonna lie. That's fair. So relatable. I've never done this one before. Oh! Bruh. Oh, no! No! This is crazy. Wild, even. Alright, let's try this again. Come on, go, 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 go. Alright, my money voided. Welcome on in, thank you for submitting your taxes, I appreciate it. Oop. Dude, they tried to take us in 1812. I mean, didn't everybody want a piece of the pie? Like, you know, to be fair, I can forgive them a little bit because, they did help us a little in, our war for independence, but that hardly counts. That hardly counts. Kind of makes us even after the War of 1812, you know? It's kind of like, okay, we may have owed you a little bit, but now I don't think so. I need my fries back. Exactly. They stole your fries. I need to do a knitting stream. There you go. That could be fun. I want to when I get my own place do more IRL streams like knitting and cooking. Yeah, making a sweater and a scarf at the moment. Nice. Okay. Very nice. I know when I get my own place, one of my first things I want to do is I want to make I want to do a baking stream. It's always been a joke that we would do some sort of cooking stream. I have also thought about maybe doing a making it not like a regular thing, but I could definitely do a lot more music stuff as well when I live, maybe not even by myself, but just not with my current residents. They sleep early, and they like to stick their nose in what I'm up to, and I don't really appreciate that. So, you know, take that for what you will. We'll just be lurking, get those numbers up, baby. Hey, I appreciate the lurk. Thank you so much, Voided. Thank you for popping in. I'll be making cooking a weekly thing, meal prepping, but fun. Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah. I know for me, when I do, cooking, it's gonna... I've always told people, my idea of the best date I could ever have, okay? You guys ready for this? I'm spoiling all the secrets here. Forget I suck at to get to the other side. It's a great game. I don't know what you're on about. You're great at it. You're so good. Like, you're probably you're 8. You know, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. It's not the worst. Okay, best date ever. You ready? So, you go... Did you just... I don't know, did I tell you this before, Emmy? Or did you, like, just read my mind? Oh my goodness. I was literally gonna say, go to the grocery store, pick up some food, like, go buy ingredients, figure out how everybody thinks, you know, make sure you're on the same page about, like, name brands and what kind of things you might like as well. Go back to a place where you can cook, make something. I prefer the idea of making a pizza because there's a lot that goes involved with it, and if it goes south, you can at least order pizza, and, like, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you, like, mess that up. Like, I am a strong proponent of this. I think it would go really good. Like, it wouldn't be, like, the highest dollar date either. It would be a little crazy. But, you know, there's definitely been worse states out there, in terms of price tags. Skydiving, you gotta find out if she's the one first throw out of a plane. That's scary. I don't know if I would ever go skydiving. Yeah, but this is my date plans. Okay, I see. Grocery store and food making date is best date plan ever. Can't go to restaurants, and it makes sense to see if you can actually work together as a team. Exactly. Yeah, I remember you said it a while back. Okay. I don't have an issue with, like, the classic dates either, you know? Going out for food, watching a movie. Those are classics. They're great for some points and times. I think that's more of a we already know each other and we want to spend time with each other kind of thing. But if it's like a date to actually make things work and see like how well you would work together in a real life scenario, actually like cook together. I'm a huge proponent of that. Make life fun. Like, imagine maybe instead of just even only cooking, you could do a couple of things even. But I here's what I would say. Cook, get like a board game or some cards or something like that. If you're both musically inclined, then use your musical instruments as well. Like, you know, make it a collaborative experience more so than just like, we're going to sit here and watch this one thing together that requires no input from us whatsoever. Oh, I'm so stuck. There we go. But sitting there idly watching a movie is okay to an extent, but there's very little interaction between you two, and that's the thing that would scare me the most about a movie date. Escape rooms movie sucks. You can't talk and get to know her. I mean, for a first date, yeah, don't go to the movies. Go coffee shop. Like, actually get to know each other if you don't already know each other. If you do know each other, then it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Make a movie, find a girl who's a filmmaker, make a short film together. Oh boy. That would be fun. That would be really fun. Okay, that actually could be a goated idea. Even if you're not, like, even outside of, first date. Like, oh, there goes Swift too. Like, after you know each other a little bit, like, give yourselves 3 hours to write and record a full-on, like, short film. And you go out to the mall, and you pick up people you try to get some people to cast with you. Like, make it a fun experience. That could be so much fun. Now, mind you, I hate walking up to people and doing that kind of thing. But it would be so fun to try to get some people to make a movie with you guys. What kind of film? Wild. That would be funny, though. Combine that with the idea we already had there. Oh, boy. Yes, go to the mall for that kind of film. Right. Some movies have many genres. Oh, boy. You go to the movie, you don't get to know the person. Just get to know if they're weird. They weird you out sitting next to them. Or just play music you like on the radio. Yeah, you could do that too. I mean, like, truthfully, the best kind of date you can have with somebody is one where you're truly just living. Like, do life together. If you can do that, it'll be a good time. You know, like I said, go play cards. Like, you'll learn a lot by playing cards with somebody. Because you'll start to joke around, you'll goof off. There's a lot of different card games. You know, you'll kind of get an idea of their competitive nature. competitiveness is a very important thing in relationships. Never stop competing with each other. Like that is a big one. Dude, there should be some chickens early on. Oh, you! There we go. Some of you have many genres. I have no money to pay for dinner. I know. That's the worst part. Like, truthfully, right? Okay, right now, if I met the perfect person and I went out with them, I could pay for it. I have enough set aside for that. And then once I get enough work done for my dad this month, I will have even more money. That being said, could I do it twice? Probably not. Probably not. My parents knew they would work out dating because they both liked a few of the same artists. That's awesome. That is awesome. Having some similarities is very important. Now you don't have to be the same in everything. Don't be a jerk. No. Oh man. No. I'm throwing. Bro. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna make sure you lose. Like, don't even. I will make my whole point in life just to make you miserable. So, watch out. All right, up. Oh, I'm not gonna make it in time. There we go. Okay. Competition is important. That's why I always talk about my exes. So she knows I could be doing better. How could she be doing better if she's an ex? You blew your chance. Never said my ex was number one. I went for potential over the status quo. I don't really believe in the perfect person. That's fair. I don't think there's a perfect person in the classical sense. But I do think there are some people who click so much better than others. And, you know, that's probably one of the more important parts. Come on, let me in! It's not so much that you're literally the perfect people for each other, but there's a certain level of chemistry. Truthfully speaking, you could be perfect with somebody, and if you don't feel anything, then it doesn't matter. There are a number of people who I would technically be quote-unquote perfect for, and they would be perfect for me. But that doesn't really mean that we're ever gonna work, you know? Whether that mean I don't feel things for them or they don't feel things for me. That's just how feelings work. The human brain is a very interesting thing. I don't know if you guys have ever brushed up on attachment, but it is a very, very interesting thing just seeing how people actually form attachments. And all that. Like, it is a crazy thing. Shoot. I just kicked you. Yes. There we go. My headphones died. Rip. That's okay. Reg, are you gonna share info about your girlfriend, or would you keep her out, her quiet, out of the spotlight? That would depend on what she wanted. Like, right now, technically, if I had one, if she didn't want to be in the spotlight at all, I probably wouldn't even tell you guys I had one. That's not to keep you guys in the dark, but rather just to keep her where she feels most comfortable. If she wanted to, I would love to make videos with her. I'd love to do streams with her, and we would do all the sorts of things. Like, if she was really good at Minecraft, then it would be really fun to do things like that. If she was really bad at Minecraft, it'd be a lot of fun. Oh, Lock Kitty. I think I've rated you before. I didn't know you played in MCC Rising, right? No! 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 Oh. Okay. You know, I think, truthfully speaking, ultimately, if I'm lucky enough to have somebody in my life who wants to be a part of what I'm doing, then, like, by all means, I would love for them to be a part of it. But I don't expect this to be everybody else's thing. You know, streaming is a very special thing, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. For me, this is like all I foresee myself in life, like, really truly loving as my hobby. But I know a lot of people who really hate this sort of thing. And with the way people are on the internet these days, if she's comfortable enough being online, then I would let her, you know, obviously. But honestly, for just comfort's sake, I would almost prefer her not to be, at least visually on, because I just don't really trust people. And that's a sad reality of life, I guess. I don't know. Can't keep on watching. Also, I can't hear you. Oof. Fair enough. That's fair. It's cute and right answer A. I'm glad I have at least some good answers occasionally. I think this is for sure a moment in the relationship where you go, oh, this is my person, this isn't an intent thing. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. There's like a moment in every friendship, relationship, any sort of relationship in life where you kind of solidify your understanding of that person. Like I said, not instant. The second, it's not necessarily that you confirm where they're at, but you make up your mind where you want people within, like, I think it's usually a month of knowing them. You kind of solidify where you want them in your life. So if you're going to pursue any form of relationship with this person, it's usually, you'll usually have made up your mind on whether they're just a friend or if they could be something more within a month, I think. I could be incorrect on that timing. Now, there are cases where that, you know, bleeds out because, you know, you've been friends for a certain amount of time and suddenly you're like, man, I kind of like this person. But those are few and far between, really. You know, I've met people who that was the case for me, where it was very strange, where they, you know, they did end up liking me later down the line, which was only because, like, I think part of it was as I got older, I became a lot more agreeable. When I was younger, I wasn't great. wasn't a terrible person when I was younger, but I wasn't always the greatest either. I was very matter of fact at times, which is perfectly okay. Meanie? Why would you do that? That was so mean. I've not hurt a fly. Little jerk. I know it's just the game, but I wasn't gonna hurt you. Joshua, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. You know how, like, Alfie, does he share a little, but not much? Yeah, Alfie does share, like, little tidbits. Very, very small stuff. But he very rarely actually talks about the fact that he has a partner, even. Like, that's something that's very respectable. Especially, like, for me, that would be really hard. I've talked extensively about this. I am, like, very much what I would... Oh, I'm number 1. Would you look at that? I am what I believe a lot of people would probably call a golden retriever boyfriend, which some people would say is, like, a terrible thing, and, like, you know, that's kind of cringe and not very alpha male of you, very beta, whatever. That whole thing in and of itself, I think, is stupid. Anyone that feels the need to call themselves an alpha male is probably not an alpha male. Let's just get that out of the way. That all said, you know, being, cannot pin any more badges. I don't need to pin a badge. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. So golden retriever boyfriend is a very interesting status. A lot of people, frown upon usually, and fair enough. To me, it's like actually a really sweet, endearing thing. The problem is you gotta be very careful. Knowing that you get attached and that you're just happy to be there, and that you would drop anything and everything to go do things with this person, it's an okay thing. But for me, when I love with my whole entire heart, which is, like, terrifying, because can't help it. That's just the way I am. And, it means that sometimes, you know, sometimes, you end up making that your personality, I guess, in a way, which isn't... You don't want it to be your personality that you just have a girlfriend. Like, that is not good. Don't get me wrong. But it's not also a bad thing. I have a hard time calling it a bad thing. As long as you're still okay as your own person. Like, you can live on your own. But at the same time, it's like, I don't have a problem with somebody also adopting that as part of their personality of, like, you know, that's just who I am. Like, you know, that's... When somebody says they have another half, a lot of people like to shame that and say, well, no, you're your whole person. Yes, but also no. Like, I'm probably gonna catch some bullets for this one. You are your own complete person. But when you enter a relationship with somebody, you become another person with that person. You know, there's a reason why a lot of the times two become one is used in various contexts, especially within marriage. You know, that's a union. Oh, I clipped it. Dang it. Oh well. That being said, though, once you enter a relationship with somebody and you do become halves, it's hard not to talk about your other half because they're from your own perspective, your better half. That's just how that is, I guess. You know, everybody views themselves usually in a pretty negative light, and they only can ever see the good things that everybody else is. Especially if you're choosing to live your whole life with them. It's pretty hard not to say, man, you're a great person, and I can't help it. I gotta talk about you and about how great you are. Like, you know, you know, have you ever heard of love languages? I'm sure most of you have. They're very interesting. I've learned it's not so much that somebody has one love language, but rather that they do one more than the others. I've looked into it, and I'm like, man, I do like all these things. Like, if you find the right person, you would do anything and everything. Like, it doesn't matter. I found when I look at that chart, I'm like, I do that. I would do that. I would do that too. I would do all of this. Like, that. It's who I am, and I can't help it. I gotta be terrible. You put on a leather jacket on a golden retriever. Never mind, Reg would be a good boy, Jack, and that's cool. Yes, I'd be a good boy. I would have the good boy jacket. It would be. It's just. I've been drawn. Voided drew me as a golden retriever, and like, dude, I was like, you know, that tracks. That just tracks. It just does. I realize that's what I am, and that's what I'm okay with at this point. Somebody behind me is trying to punch people off, and it's scaring me. Because there's only one life right now. Yes, they knocked him off. No, they're still alive. Crap. How high are we supposed to go? Okay, you're not gonna kill me. If you punch me off, I'm gonna be very sad. I'm going to be very, very sad. Okay. I was about to be betrayed. Oh man, punched them off. The temptation was high, but they were being so nice to me. I couldn't do it. It was gonna hurt me. Shax, welcome on in. Blue, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you could post a match code for Tetris 99. I can't guarantee if anybody will play, but you're more than welcome to. Ava, hello, hi, how's it going? I don't think Imru has any intent to do anything with anyone ever. But I don't think they're my type, and I don't think they're that I'm their type either, and that's okay. I'm very, very specific about the people I not associate with. That's the wrong term. But I'm very particular. Oh, no, that's a bummer. I'm very particular about who I would even consider as a person I would date. Come on, guys, play the game. Where are we going? This way? Up the stairs. I don't know if I'm going the right way. I'm gonna be so honest. There we go. Okay. You know, there's a lot of qualities that I require for my own safety. Because like I said, I know how I love. I love hard and I love fully. And with that means I have to be careful with who I select. Because once I start, it's hard to stop. So somebody who doesn't disappear is usually like top of the list. You know, somebody who's pretty consistent, really. Somebody who is able to sit there and talk about both the fun things and the hard things. You know, life sometimes sucks. I want somebody who won't shy away from that, you know. It doesn't mean that all things are going to be dark and terrible. But, you know, somebody who, and I don't expect them to be my therapist either, but you want somebody who can be your rock at times if you need one, just like you would be for them. You know, I just, it's hard. It's hard. Where are you going? It's a chicken. It's right there. There you go. There's a lot of things that require though. Distance is a big one. I'm at the point now where it's kind of like, I was fooling myself for a while there, thinking, oh, maybe long distance is a thing that would be easy. You know, the longer I live, the more I'm like, you know, I don't know if that is easy. I really don't know about that. Because then you start to think about it a little bit. Okay, well, you know, currently, money is like would be a big thing about that. Like, how would they go see you? How would you go see them? Okay. Let's say you figure that out. Well, you got to do that multiple times a year because let's say you want to go see each other for the holidays. Okay. What about, well, you know, for me, it's kind of one of those things once or every other month. Like once a month or every other month would be the amount of times I'd want to see this person. At minimum. You know, obviously you'd want to see each other more often if you could, but let's say you can't because you're a long distance. How do you make that work? And I don't know. I don't know how to make that work other than just lots of phone calls. Crap ton of phone calls, really. You know, because, like, for example, right now, all my friends are long distance. I don't really have very many friends who are local. I don't have anybody I would really consider a close friend who is local. That's for sure. And that's not anything against the people I have that are close to me. It's just, as it is right now, I don't have very much here. So, you know, having just another thing that's drawing the heart away, it's kind of like, that's rough. That's very, very rough. It would quite honestly just lead to me probably moving sooner rather than later, which is something that I've toyed around with anyway. It's just, you gotta have a job lined up to do that kind of thing. But I know of a lot of places that I could probably try to get a job at. It just depends on how the health stuff shakes up. You can just hide up here. Is that it? I guess. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. I don't envy anybody who's done long distance. My sister and brother-in-law, they did it very well. And then eventually, you know, they got married. So that's kind of the nice thing about long distance, I will say. It does force you to get married pretty quickly. You won't... Nobody wants to do the long distance game very long. So you kind of make up your mind pretty quickly, I think, on that sort of thing. obviously you don't want to rush things, but you don't want to sit there and question it too long either. I've been on here forever. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you as well. It's been a little bit, yeah. We're just chilling today. I don't usually stream on Sundays, but I've been trying to do it more lately. And today I didn't have to wake up early. I actually got to sleep in because we had a massive snowstorm. I think we had over a foot of snow. And it just meant that, you know, I could sleep in. So I've been sleeping a lot more today. I didn't have a massive headache like I usually do. And I was able to actually do the stream today, which I'm really happy about. Long distance is hard mentally. I get that. It's rough. Yeah, long distance, the mental side of it, yeah. Just beyond like the technicalities and stuff. Like, mentally speaking, it's like, I feel you close, but I know you're not close. And I can imagine that being really, really, really hard. Because there's nothing more that, at least for me right now, there's like a lot of days where it's kind of like, man, a hug would be really, really nice. And, you know, you can't get that digitally, really. The gesture could be there. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually going to feel it the same way. You know, the quality time you can get just as fine. If you're both gamers, playing Minecraft together can kind of, it's not a substitute for a date, but it supplements a date almost, you know? It's as close as you can get to your weekly date if you're long distance. I would kill to have like a forever world with a girlfriend. That would be great. Well, wife. I would hope by the time we start a forever world, she'd be wife material by that point. But you know, don't want to jump the gun on that one. Could you imagine just having a world though that just lasts the entirety of your relationship and you just play it? And then, like, later on, if you have kids, then they can get in on it as well. Oh, that would be so fun. That would be so fun. They wouldn't have my forever world. My forever world is my thing. But, you know, we could have a family forever world. That would be fun. That would be so fun. Hello, I got good news. I would love to hear the good news. How's it going, Exivity? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Where's the way out? There it is. Okay. I'm done with the first 3 chapters of my story. 3 chapters in season 2. Oh, nice. That's awesome, dude. How long is a season usually? There we go. Kind of really messed that one up, but that's okay. Okay. I'm trying to think. I gotta call my friend today. And I don't know when he's gonna want to do that. Usually we do it around 11, I think. But I just want to see if he's online. He's not online, okay. Otherwise, I was gonna send him a message and ask him. When you have a fight, you burn half of it down. I need fire tick off. I'd be starting arguments to commit arson. I love the thought process. Yeah, I would say it would only be reasonable. You'd have to tear things down if there were an argument. Jerk. I don't know if he was the guy that hit me, but he's the one that got the wrath. I'm sorry, but Why were you hitting me off at this far in the pack? Like, we are hardly even worth fighting at this point. I want to tell you I got BTS tickets, concert tickets. I got 3. It's a dream come true. Ticket wars were insane though. Oh my goodness, I bet. BTS, that is a big one. That's a big deal. That's awesome that you were able to get it. I know those tickets are probably selling pretty fast. This is their comeback tour, right? In my story, it's always going to be between 3 to 6 chapters per season. I named it for Dallas Broken Lands, but I don't know if you saw that or not. I don't recall if I saw it or not. I do not recall. Let's see. We'll try to go for another 15 minutes or so. When is our next ad break? Oh, I'm gonna snooze. There we go. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. Okay. We'll go for another 15 minutes just so I can get some extra work done after stream. Like I said, I've got a lot of promises to fulfill. And I've got about a week to try to get some of those done. I'm going to take a lighter February since it's already a shorter month. And I've also probably got some doctor's appointments that could show up in there. I've got rheumatology and psychiatrist? I don't know. I can never remember which psych it is. I think it's a psychiatrist that I have coming up. But I've got a couple appointments coming up, and it's like, ugh. I don't want to overschedule depending on how that stuff affects me. If there's a lot of meds involved, if they're gonna send me to physical therapy, it might wipe me out as well. I don't know what's gonna happen yet. Whack! There we go. Okay. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I'm not gonna schedule a whole lot for February though. I'm intentionally keeping that one light. The only thing I might schedule on there, I do it every year, is I put on there, have a good Valentine's Day. And that just means I'm probably gonna play video games. And that's okay. Last year I actually had a pretty decent Valentine's Day. Which is funny, because right after it was like one of the worst weeks ever. But I had a pretty nice Valentine's Day last year. Wow, congrats, BTS has a crazy waiting list here. Dang. I don't doubt that. Like, they're pretty big worldwide, aren't they? I know here in the US, like, genuinely just a crazy amount of support. Who hit who? Nuh-uh. Jerk. I'm sorry, vigilantism is the only solution here. If you're gonna hit other people, I'm gonna hit you. I'm always curious though when people are like, oh yeah, that's a big musician or big music group. Like, how big are they worldwide as well? Because like, you know, for the US is a very interesting place, culturally speaking, only because it's so big that it encapsulates our whole world, essentially. You know, not... No! No! There we go. Not to say the US is the only people in the world, but it's very easy to think that when your country is the size of, like, several of the countries in Europe. put together. So it's like one of those things. I know it's very common where the US just thinks they're the only people in the world, but it's just genuinely that's the size of our culture. So like when we have like major celebrities, it's kind of like, oh yeah. I never really think about the fact that they're probably big in other countries too. Like, for example, I would never have guessed that 21 Pilots is really that big anywhere else. But I know they are. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that Taylor Swift is big anywhere else, but she sells out everywhere that she goes. Linkin Park, I get why they're big everywhere. They've been around for so long. They're huge in Brazil, though. Absolutely wild. They are, can confirm. I know, it's wild. I love seeing their shows everywhere. It just makes me so happy seeing like some of the shows that they've done. It's really, really cool. It's really cool, I think, mostly just because you actually see a lot of people just from everywhere else that are like just as big of fans as what you are. It's like it's a kind of a small reminder that like even though you might be separated by thousands of miles, you still have something in common with people. Maybe it's music, maybe it's foods, or it could be literally anything. Pieces of media, like Star Wars, for example, huge piece of media everywhere in general. But it's I remember it was huge everywhere when it first came out. Like, well, I don't remember that as in like it was relevant when I was a kid. I don't remember when any of the Star Wars movies came out besides the new ones. How did I mess that up? I'm a little bit young to even remember the prequels when those came out. Those were when I was just a baby. Some of them were before I was even born. Go, go, go! Okay. Also, I would love if you pointed out any mistakes in Season 1, because I want to make sure Season 1 is perfect before posting Season 2. Big thing was honestly just expanding upon the lore, and I figured you'd probably be doing that in future seasons, probably. I did read it all, though, when you posted it. Having a little bit more world building, maybe some variations on some of the text. I know, like, a lot of times it was like they said or said, insert name here, said this. You can always add things like in response or whispers. Add some tone indicators almost into it, just to say like there's more to it than just There we go. It helps reader fatigue a little bit, but other than that, you did pretty good. It's a good story. It's got a lot of potential to it. Pretty creative, all things considered. Whoa, what are you doing? Don't be a jerk. Just, there you go. Really thought I could. I wanted to meet. Yeah, don't do that. That's just rude. Be nice. Oh, I love this server. That's kind of the fun thing about this minigame, as frustrating as it is that people do choose to be jerks. It's also really fun because it is a social experiment just to see We'll see. It's frustrating. Why would you do that? I wasn't harming you at all, and they chose to do that. Why? Because they could. And it hurt. It hurt me a lot. Oh well. Oh well. Trying to think. I got an idea. What if I made a Discord server where I post chapters, seasons, teasers, and etc.? You could absolutely do that. You know, it just depends on what your goal is with the is it books? I don't know if it's supposed to be turned into like a movie or a show one day, or if it's just a book. But it just depends on what your goal is with it, honestly. If your goal is to write a bunch with it, then you might even be better off writing it on a different platform where you can kind of post updates to that. So you could do what is it? I don't know if it's free, but Substack is a popular one I've heard of people using for books. There's a few other ones that I can't even think of now. Discord, like you said, is a great place to post updates, especially. When it's popular enough, I hope it gets animated / movie. Okay, I see. In that case, I would consider making a Discord then. Yeah, you might be able to find people who'd be interested in making animations and such as well. You just used back in time and it did nothing. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay. I will look at that after stream. That's really weird. I can't catch a break, guys. I just can't. I think I know what's wrong. For whatever reason, my OBS and my streamer bot aren't connected. Yep, they're not connected. Okay. Why are they not? OBS. Cool. WebSocket server setting. I'll try to catch up here in a sec, but this is being a problem. Oop. Reset the password without telling me. Great. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna be ending stream here in a second, Swift do. There it goes. I'll refund what didn't work here in a second. Yeah, it's connected now. Oh, you refunded it. Thank you, Admiral. Dude, the name tag thing might have broken things in a second. We'll see. I might end up upside down permanently accidentally because of the way I set it up. No, you don't deserve life, you idiot. I'm sorry, he deserved it. He was trying to attack me. Whatever chat needs me to be. Wait, that looks so cool at the time's up. Hello, family-friendly streamer. Hi. I murdered a man. Oh, no. It's okay. They deserved it, though. They were trying to kill me. It was really rude. It was really, really rude. Alright. Let's go to the main island. Swifty, you're making a website. I could tell just by your status. How's that going, by the way? Am I gonna make a Discord server? Be right back. Alright, sounds good. I'm actually wrapping up the stream now. Can you get out washing cars and cleaning dishes? It's a great question. Murder is fine, but you liked it a little bit too much. You're wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I did like that. I liked it a little bit too much. Hey, kids in chat, murder is not fine. It's not okay. It's not okay. Murder's bad. It's really, really bad. Murder is, like, so terrible. Wash dishes fine, but not cars, as it turns out. Oh. Who's live right now? So I just realized, I think I'm stuck in, yeah, I'm stuck like this, hang on. Let me fix that. Where's my queue? Integrations, home, actions, queues, okay, yeah, it's not. Action, okay, black and white mode, I need to trigger from this point on. Can I do that? No. Okay, I'm going to test it, and then I'm going to disable it. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to enable it again, and that should fix it, I think. Although it's showing that it's pending. I don't know. I'm going to disable the connection between OBS and StreamerBot for a second. Just to stop that a little bit. Okay. Oh no, was it the wrong side of the sponge? Cars are so much wash. I like washing cars. They're fun. They're very fun. Who's live? That is the question. You know what? I know who we can go say hi to. The SMP that I've been modding for, District Civilization SMP, they're doing an election right now. And it would be kind of cool to go say hi to them, because that's my team, and I'm technically supposed to be there. So you guys can hop in the raid, you'll get some free champ points, and meet a cool streamer along the way. I'll see you guys then. We'll be back on Tuesday, so that'll be fun. I'm going to try to get a lot of work done tonight and tomorrow, hopefully. How did that turn out? My boss had me watch our work fans, and he spots things invisible to the naked eye, even his son is confused. Wrong side of the sponge. Hose sponge, long brush, and that glove sponge. They die that easily, it's on them. Oh. I'll fix this later. It's okay. Thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.